that Gata on opening the sutra. The Dharma incomparably profound and infinitely subtle is rarely encountered even in millions of ages. Now we see it, hear it, receive and maintain it. May we completely realize the Tathagata's true meaning.
All right. Good afternoon. On this wonderful session day, the temple feels really like it's humming along. I can really feel your practice when I come in. Thank you. From Zen Flesh, Zen Bones, Chapter 80, The Real Miracle. When Bankai was preaching at Ryomon Temple, a Shinshu priest who believed in salvation through the repetition of the name of the Buddha of love, was jealous of his large audience and wanted to debate with him. Bankai was in the midst of a talk when the priest appeared. But the fellow made such a disturbance that Bankai stopped his discourse and asked about the noise. The founder of our sect, boasted the priest, had such miraculous powers that he held a brush in his hand on one bank of the river. His attendant held up a paper on the other bank of the river. The teacher wrote the holy name of Amida through the air. Can you do such a wonderful thing? Bankai replied lightly, perhaps your fox can perform that trick, but that is not the manner of Zen. My miracle is that when I feel hungry, I eat, and when I feel thirsty, I drink. So we touched on this a little bit in the introductory comments. And isn't it amazing that we're basically eating and drinking every day, yet when we come to sesshin, we actually get a chance to acknowledge the miracle of that? I really hope very deeply that you understand the privilege of the seat that you're in. This is a bit like being a prince. Or a princess. And it's possible to not get it, to walk away, to go into a very public spiral of total confusion and instability. But make no mistake, each one of us is the inheritors by our birthright of this miracle of eating, of sitting, and you can tell right away that it's not in the words that I'm saying that are communicating the miracle of this fact. And it's not in the words that you're saying when you're sitting there, when you're eating, when you're lying down. In fact, we are very deliberately practicing inner and outer silence. Some totally other direct experience is happening that we stumble into all the time in our daily life, but we don't know how to stabilize it. We don't steep in it enough to let it transform our DNA, transform our hearts, transform our minds into being large enough to acknowledge this miracle of taking a meal, being together, sitting together. So you can see what Bankai is getting at, right? Like, there's all kinds of other kinds of amazing things going on in the world. Horrible things too, but also quite amazing. That certainly match being able to write on a piece of paper from a distance. We have no shortage of those. Science and technology is an incredible miracle maker, is it not? Think about all of the advances in science and medicine. Some of us sitting in this room have benefited immensely from those. Many of us, actually. Nevertheless, this miracle of eating and drinking it's of a different key, a different song, if you will. And no amount of money or intelligence or strategy or number of years that you've been living on the planet will get you any closer than anybody else. And you can actually put in there number of years you've been sitting on the cushion too, right? You know, it's said in the Faith Mind poem, do not judge by any standard. That's like such a good pointer. What if you just took that one little line there and just, when you feel yourself or hear yourself evaluating or making some kind of comments on what is so, do not judge by any standard. What if we actually did that? I guarantee if you do that, the miracle of sitting here will just be radiating and pouring out of you. I don't have a clock. So we have another pointer of how to work with this miracle that we're all just completely bathed in and permeating inner and outer reality. Daibai, this is case 30 from the Mulankan. Daibai once asked Baso, "What is Buddha?" Baso answered, "Mind is Buddha." Three little words. It's pretty simple, really. You just sit there and have total trust in whatever is arising is not separate from Buddha nature. And mostly, the most important thing is to relax. Relax. Enjoy your breath. Enjoy your practice. I think, touching the miracle of sitting here, I think we could say that one of the obstructions to that is being uptight. Modern parlance, anxious. Right? Because what's actually happening when we're sitting there being anxious about fill in the blank, right? This miraculous moment, the unity of clear light and bliss body, right? And you're like, oh, 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 oh no, oh my God, oh my God. It's like, if they were like two different characters, and if you could actually make the unity of clear light and bliss body a character, they'd be sitting there like, what? What are you doing? Cut that out. Let that go, right? So, mind is Buddha. This very body, this very moment, this karmic moment that we're in, exactly the place of Buddha. Please, I implore you to realize this fact. This is your gift to the world. And when you realize this fact, and when you actualize it, and when you totally know in all the bones and cells of your body that this is true, the world is a better place, a more peaceful place, a more loving place, a place where the difficulties can come and rest and resolve. So, thank you for doing this amazing work. I'm so proud of each and every one of you.
Beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha